Welcome to another episode of the Growth Podcast. Today I'm joined by Juan, Luis, and Diego. We are all part of the same gym. We train under our coach, Ruben, here in Fresno, and we do it pretty early in the morning, so 5 a.m. to 6:15ish in the morning, and that's all I say. I'll let you guys introduce yourself. So if you wanna, we want to start with Diego. Diego, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Diego Lizarde. I'm from Dinuba, so I make a little bit of a travel anytime I come to here, in Fresno, and I do go in the morning and the evening, along with my buddy Juan over there. But I also run in the mornings with Luis over here, quick little mile runs as well. So I love just being a part of everything that we do over here.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm Luis Fernando Macias. I'm a father of two boys, husband to my beautiful wife. I'm a associate professor at Fresno State and a proud member of the RDC gym. And I got the honor of calling these guys my friends. We, as you all are hearing, we get up very early in the morning, and the exercise that we do is in part for the invitation today to express how it is that we are building up ourselves. How is it that we're working on ourselves? So it's a real honor to be here.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you guys, and it's a privilege to this podcast is about growth. I feel like I've grown a whole lot in the past 3-4 months, or I think it's longer than I've been going to the gym probably around 5 months, I think. Yeah. So I feel like I've grown as a person just by knowing you all and being part of that community. Community and that social bond is like really important to me personally. Mm-hmm. So I really appreciate each one of you. Yeah, Juan, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up? My name is Juan. I'm from Mexico, from Oaxaca, and I'm very proud to be on the part of RDC gym and very happy to be here with you guys.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Awesome. So, the usual questions that I ask are, how'd you get to this point in your life? If you prefer, you can answer that question, or we could talk about, one formative experience that you've had, and we, you could talk about that. But, I'm kind of thinking about, was it, somewhat intentional that you're where you are in life, or, did one thing lead to another? For me personally, it was a little bit of both, right? But I would say at this point, more of one thing led to another. I would have never, I didn't know where Fresno was 3 years ago, or, mm-hmm. So lots of opportunities opened up for me, and I took them, and it really changed my life. I married my wife, who when we started to talk was living in the UK. I was living in Canada. When I found out about Fresno, I was living in the UK. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of things like that. So I'm just wondering, how did you all get here, and whoever wants to go first, please go ahead.
I'll start off a little bit about my own journey to Fresno, because I think it's similar to yours in many respects. I'm not from Fresno. I didn't grow up in Fresno, but I've grown to really love being here in Fresno. And a big part of that is finding community. And for me, to answer your question of how I got to be where I am today, it was professionally because of incredible mentors that I had. It's people that saw talent in me when I didn't quite recognize it in myself just quite yet. And my very first teacher, Mrs. Mijares, here when we moved to the United States, she was somebody that I talk about a lot in my classes, that was somebody that just set me up for success because she saw my talent. She saw what I was capable of, and she let me be me. And the best way I can describe that is, as I'm sure you're seeing now in the recording, I fidget a lot. I move a lot. Like my leg is always shaking, my hands are always trying to find a place. And being in education for this many years now, I know that sometimes educators will say, oh, it's because that student is not paying attention. Oh, it's because that student is distracted. And that's not the case. Some students just need to get out that kinetic energy, you know?
Right.
So back to Mrs. Mijares, she saw that I was engaged. She saw that I was attentive. And she looked past all of these little things that for a lesser teacher would have been like, oh, we need to exclude him, or we need to, have him be considered for other things besides this class. And because of her, I fell in love with education. I saw what a good teacher can do. A good teacher can bring out the best in a student. A good teacher can make a welcoming environment for somebody to want to go to every day. And when you're a school-age kid, you're spending, 7, 8 hours in school every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's a welcoming environment, you're going to want to be there. You're going to grow. And if that's not a welcoming environment, you're going to shun that.
Yeah.
So she was one of the educators that I had that really saw talent, that really cultivated it. And fast forward then to high school, my high school Spanish teacher, Maestra Rosas, may she rest in peace, she also saw that talent. And it was at a very critical time because I was about to graduate high school and I really didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't know what do I do next. I kind of like some of these things, but I didn't know where to go to next. So I enrolled in college and I was just kind of fumbling around. I didn't really quite know. And one day I went back to visit her, my high school teacher.
What did you start off majoring in? In
Communications.
Communications. Okay.
And I had no idea what it was. I just thought it sounded cool, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me at all. So I went to go and talk to Mrs. Rosas. I was like, Maestra, I really don't know what I'm doing. I really don't like it. And she's like, well, what did you like? And I said, well, I liked your class. I liked reading literature. I liked talking about different cultures. And she's like, well, why don't you major in that? So that's one small example of how I got to be where I am, because it's just kind of like a baton race. You know, like I felt that it starts at the home. I grew up in a very loving home that set me up. And then they passed the baton over to my first grade teacher. And then the first grade teacher passed it on to the next teacher. And that propelled me to where I am now. In addition to after college, being in education, I hope to be that relay race for somebody else, you know?
I love how you put that. Yeah. Because you're basically, you felt like you were being nurtured by, your family setting. Absolutely. As well as within your school experience. You were nurtured by your teachers, that you felt at home, you felt good.
I did. And to speak to the purpose of the podcast growth, I think that a good mentor, a good teacher, and we've got a fantastic coach, the thing that they all share in common is that they see the potential when you don't see it in yourself. So when they set a goal for you, no way, I can't do that. It's like, yeah, you can. I know you can. So when you reach that goal, it's a wonderful breakthrough. Like, oh my goodness, you were right. I could do that. But that takes a lot of trust.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome that you had such nurturing, such a nurturing home to begin with. That's that I think anyone who has the privilege of having that is very lucky. And I would say also the education system. I don't know. My experience with the education system is a little different. And it all depends on which school you went to, how you connected with your teachers, etc. But that's awesome. You guys want to talk a little bit about, how you got to where you are, or share a formative experience?
Yeah. How I got here. Well, to the gym, it was my brother. He's in a relationship, and then when I was over to his house, I always talk about MMA, fighting, UFC. I'm showing him videos. I'm like, oh, look at this new fighter coming out. He's like, hey, you love fighting so much, go to a gym. We know some people that own a gym actually. I'm like that sounds fun. What gym is it? I think it's RDC. Search it up. So I searched it up and everything I saw. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. It's I enjoyed looking at it. I'm like, that looks fun. And then a week or two goes by. I'm I was really debating if I should go or not. And then I felt like I was going off of what I was wanting to be. I was eating junk food. I was on track of losing weight. And then I started falling back again into those 2 weeks. I'm like, man, I can't let this keep going no more. And I was with my brother once. I'm I was doing some shopping. I was doing my real like my a real shopping list, like true like beef, chicken, like steamed like broccoli, all the frozen vegetables and fruits. And then they're like, you know what? Where's that gym at? I'll just go right now. And then so like I having that like that whole switch in my head. I'm like, where's it at? Like I'll go right now.
Yeah.
So I stopped by the gym, and then I was primarily going for boxing.
Yeah.
And I was just like I need to like drop this weight fast. And I know boxers are gonna do it quick. So I was going there. I'm like I wanted to like no they gave me the number and like like where was the gym at? Like I wanted to stop by to look at it, see if I wanted to join. And it was
So when was this? Like when did you?
Possibly I started in was it May, and I think it was February, or no, sorry, end of March, because it was like
Okay.
the beginning of May I started.
Okay.
So
So it's been okay. But you joined our 5 a.m. class a little later, right?
yeah, like 2 months in. So
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I don't remember when
Okay,
exactly
okay.
I joined in the morning. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what made you like join in the mornings?
In the mornings, coach was telling me like, "Oh, keep coming," and I was like, "You'll make more improvements." And like we have like the 5 a.m. class. I'm like I like to go. Like I want to come here 2 times a day. Like that sounds fun. Like
Yeah.
I enjoyed just the evening class, even though the first day I did get there, I was going on the 2 mile run that we usually go on. It's like, all right, go get your mile in, run to it was like Clinton, I think Clinton and back, and he's like, it's to a light and back. I'm like, all right, so it's the only light. He's like, yeah, just run over there and back. He's like, you're good. Like, there's just one light. He's like, all right, just one light, right? I'm like, yeah, just run there and back. So
Okay.
I went on my run. I see Ko and Alex Rosario over there running. He's like, hey, come join us. Like we're on a run. I'm like, okay, cool. So on my way back, I join him, and he's like, all right, we're gonna do some sprints real quick. I'm like, all right, cool. Sprints like on the way back, ladder sprints, like last one. No, hill sprints. I'm like, hill sprints. We're in the neighborhood. I'm like, what hill are we going up? And like I'm still confused, like going straight, and then there's like just one little hill curve that I'm seeing on the right hand of my eye. I'm like, oh no. And then they're like, we're doing 3:30 for 30. I'm like, what's 3:30 for 30? I don't know what that is. It's like, all right, we're doing 3 hill sprints, and then we do 30 push-ups, and we do that for 3 sets, and then we do we do that for 3 sets, and then the end we just do a 10 burners, so like it ends off with like 100 push-ups, and then with the hill sprints added as well. Like like I threw 3 times during that time. I was like, oh no, these kids are
They're serious.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
these are a different breed right there. Like they're created different right in that gym.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. And you were pretty athletic before you started at RDC too, right? Like
Not
you were do
really.
sports, no?
Not that. I mean, for my weight, I was pretty athletic. Back in high school, I was 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was playing football, and I was like, well, at first I was defensive line,
Yeah.
and I switched over to offensive line, but I was hurt most of the time because I never really like lifted weights as much as everyone else, mostly just like summer weights, and I just enjoyed that time.
So
Like
how old were you when you were 300 pounds?
17, 18.
And
so.
you're 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
And
still
you're
too-
185?
Yeah, 185 right
So
now.
you dropped from 300 to 185.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like for you, growth has been like a lot of it has been just physical
Yeah.
and like getting into shape, right? Like that's kind of
Oh yeah.
and eating and what because that's what you've been talking about, like
Mhm.
working out, eating, physical activity. Like, is that like a lot of what you think about, and you like that's growth for you?
Yeah, that's all what I'm trying to grow on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of just physical and mental. When like getting into that in the like nitty gritty, it is a lot of like mental.
So what's the mental part? That's what I want to talk about. Let's
the-
talk about, because I think it's all up here.
Yeah, it is definitely all up there. It's a lot of times like where like I'm like really like hungry, or like not even like hungry, we're just like craving for like the sweets or like anything like that. Like I would always
Like those
fall into-
donuts downstairs. right?
yeah. There was donuts downstairs. I'd always fall into like that temptation where we're in a Mexican household. There's always like cookies. There's pan dulce. There's always like something.
What's pan
around.
dulce?
It's a bread covered in like a hard candy or not like hard
Sugar.
sugar. Yeah, it's really good. Like different colors, pink, yellow, brown. Like
Okay.
it's super good.
Okay.
But I would get, oh my gosh, I would get like three different breads. I would get like a little slice of that. I'm like, oh, it's like I'm gonna take this to my room, get a little bit of milk. Then that's definitely what got me to like 300 pounds. One of the problems that got me
So
there.
so what's the shift? What happened in your mindset?
Um, I don't really know, to be honest. It was a couple things, but primarily it was just I would just keep seeing myself in the mirror. I'm like, I don't like the man. Like trying like becoming right now. Like I was still young, and then I saw myself like get to that 300 pound like not really seeing myself, and then I wasn't like happy with that.
Yeah.
So I would look in the mirror and look at look to see who I wanted to become. And then I would like look online, see like all the like everyone like buff like doing, and then I started seeing like more like fighting, like all these guys. I see I think it was Khalil Roundtree. He was around 300 pounds, and now he's fighting in the UFC. So I saw that, and I was like, well, if like he can do it, like I can do it too. Like just that mentality of just, and if anyone is able to do it, anyone has like the mentality of just, well, every day if I just don't give up, and there's just consistency.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Awesome, man.
Every day.
Yeah. That I love that, that inner struggle that you're like, okay, something isn't right. Let's do something about it. And then to consistently like, show up and try to, do that. All right, let's get to Juan. Juan,
Yes.
tell us how did you get to this point in life, or if you want to share a story about something that shaped you, somebody who had influence on you and really impacted the way you think about life.
Right.
Whatever you want to share.
Right. But like any immigrants, I came here when I just finished the high school of my country.
Yeah.
But my country was really nice because we're on the mountains, we're running and everything. And I was very like active when I little, and I think even now. So that's why I always looking for something to do. But the thing is that when I came here, I just start working, and my kids they was little.
Mm-hmm.
So now when my kids grow up, now, my son is 18, my daughter is 21. So they kind of help a little bit. So now I have time for more for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So and now, which I love to go to the mountains. So I starting join a running group, which is named is Bandoleros.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to the mountains every Sundays. We start at 6 o'clock, and we go into the mountains, come back at 6. And we're training on Tuesday on the trail and the track on Roosevelt High School.
Okay.
And I always pass by on Olive, and I saw the door with the boxing guy on the RDC.
Yeah.
Mike
Said,
Tyson.
yes, and I always just looking at one day I will come and ask them. And finally one day, I think it was a Friday, like 2 o'clock after work. And
Yeah.
I just went and I just knocked, and the first people I saw is Jasmine. They say, you speak Spanish? I say, yes. Oh, yes. Finally, somebody speaks Spanish over here.
Yeah.
And look I can do 10 pull-ups. And she started doing a pull-ups.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was surprised because how come the woman can do 10 pull-ups?
Yeah,
So
that's hard
Yeah.
for ladies.
So
Yeah.
I will be here next day. I tell them I just sign up and everything. And I think Coach Chris was there. The next morning, I just came to the gym, 5 o'clock in the morning. Man, it was hard. I think that's the hardest part of to be like a gym person, because to wake up at 5 o'clock is very hard. That's the hard
Yeah.
time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I met Luis, and we joined like until now. It's my gym buddy.
Yeah.
And after that, you came,
Yeah.
and Diego,
Yeah.
and man, I'm joined, and the coach Ruben Star coach also is the best.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah. He is. He is. He's inspirational.
Right.
He lets you do your own thing, but he also guides you. He's like he's kind of a hands-off kind of a coach. He's like, but you know what surprises me about our workouts? I don't think we've had the same workout twice.
No, it doesn't feel like it.
No, it's not like on Mondays we do this. It's always she's always changing it up,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and it's like I'm like it's like I feel like that's sign of somebody who's really good at something.
Yeah.
They can make something up, on the spot or plan it or whatever, depending on how everyone feels. I remember when Juan hurt his foot,
Yeah.
coach came out, he's like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're doing legs. Well, how many sets have you done? Like 2. It's like, okay, well, why don't we make today chest day and why don't you guys do this and that? And, he just on the spot changes it up, and I appreciate that about him. Yeah. He does that. So I guess what you're saying or what I'm hearing you say is like, a big part of who you are and what you're growing, towards is being active and physical and, in terms of like when you had kids, maybe you didn't have as much time to do that kind of thing. But now that you have more time, you're running, you're working out, that's your passion. That's what fulfills you.
Yes, because the thing is I'm always looking for something else. Like sometimes thinking that I'm not like normal people. Even my family, they say that I'm crazy.
Why? Why they say? I think we're all a little crazy.
Yeah. Because I always looking for something to feeling good, and I like my wife said like see me like I trying this method. And tomorrow I try a different one and say, I already know you. I give up. Just do your things. Yeah. So like now I started. I think for like 3 years ago I started doing like the Winghop method. That's including like breath exercise with the cold shower or cold bath, and that's really helped me. I don't do it every day. I take a shower with cold water every morning.
Yeah.
But the breathing I do it like just when just remember, and that's why I like to be like disciplined.
Yeah.
And I think the undisciplined person on the planet. Only thing on the gym, you see me undisciplined.
Yeah.
You think that I'm disciplined in everything, but no. I buy a lot of courses to study and everything. But when I start just reading or see the video, I fall asleep, man. I don't know what happened to me, but I can't.
Does it matter what the topic is? Like, I feel like what you're saying is you're really into health and wellness and, that kind of thing, right? You're thinking about new ways of being healthy and, am I getting that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, like sometimes drinking coffee and make me feels good. I say, oh yeah, thank you, God, I feeling really good, and I have like clear mind and everything. But tomorrow I try the same thing I doing it today. Tomorrow I try it and it's different. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So Luis, I wanted to ask you, what makes you sort of tick? Because I'm hearing from Diego, he's like, okay, it's all about how he eats and the training and the weight. Juan is, wellness, fitness, that kind of thing. What about you?
I was in preparation for today. I was thinking a lot about some of the questions you sent us to think about. And it's not my quote. I'm not smart enough to come up with something like this on my own. But I think it was Serena Williams that said that discipline equals freedom. Because when you're disciplined and you do what you need to do, then you don't feel guilty about all the other things that you fill your day up with. So I take that into every part of my day. And I didn't arrive to this point overnight. It's taken a lot, and I hope to always strive for it. But I really like that saying, because if I'm disciplined in what I'm doing personally, professionally, and for myself, then I don't feel bad about taking that 15-minute nap. If I've already done my workout, taken care of myself, if I've already taken care of my family, if I've done all I need to do professionally, then I don't feel guilt and like, oh, okay, I'm just going to lay down for 15, 20 minutes and recharge my battery. But getting to the point where I know that this needs to be done and I'm the one that needs to do it is, I think, the biggest challenge in growth. It's the biggest thing that I've had to learn to do. And I wasn't always disciplined. I wasn't nearly as disciplined as I think I am now. But of course, I could always be more. And going back a little bit to those experiences in like high school and in college, I was just floating around. Like, I didn't really have structure. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to do something big. I know I wanted to be of impact. But I think the missing element was discipline. And we were talking earlier about like the gentle persistence
Yeah.
of doing something regularly, continuing to set yourself up for the next challenge in a way that's healthy and in a way that pushes. I think that's been the biggest thing that makes me tick. Like, what is the next big challenge? And then doing a survey. Okay, is this challenge to stroke my ego, or is this challenge to test myself? If it's just to stroke my ego, then okay, whatever. But if it's to test myself, okay, let me go for it. Because if it's to test myself, then I know I'm gonna have the support of my loved ones. I'm gonna have the support of my community, because they'll be like, oh yeah, you could totally do that. Oh, that would be good for you. But if it's just something that I just want to promote myself, self, then it's gonna take away from all those other elements of my life.
So I love what you just said. And can you give us an example of both?
Okay, so in my line of work,
Yeah.
because I'm unfortunately, one of the very few professors of color, it's very easy to get drunk off of the idea that you're one of the good ones. It is so easy to say, I did things the right way. Look how smart I am. Look how incredible I am. Attention, 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 attention.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have somebody, a group of people, a significant other, your community, to ground you, you get drunk off of that. Because in universities, in academia, you get fed your ego a lot. And if you don't have something to counterbalance it, then you go up for things that are just intended to inflate your ego, such as going on TV and talking about something that you have no idea what you're talking about, but it's like, I'm a professor, I could talk about that. That sets you up to then fail at something, or that sets you up to not have the best representation of yourself.
Yeah.
So in my own journey in my profession, I remember I was like, I want to publish an article in this very prestigious journal. Why? Because I want my name to be associated with this journal. That was an ego trip.
Yeah.
That was straight up an ego trip. And I ended up not getting published in that journal. One, it wasn't really something that I aspired to do from my heart. It was just my ego saying like, hey, it wouldn't be great to have your name in that journal. And that wasn't healthy, because all of the work that I did to get to that point was taking away from other parts of my life, because I just wanted my name associated with this prestigious journal.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing long days at work. I ended up doing long nights at work. And the work that I was producing was garbage. It was just straight garbage, because my heart wasn't in it. My ego was in it.
Yeah.
Versus when...
So you spent that discipline and that energy to be disciplined for the wrong purpose.
For the wrong purpose. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
It was the wrong purpose. And I had the tools. I was just using them incorrectly.
Yeah.
It was completely for self rather than for others.
And what can you give us an example of, like, you know, the good kind, where you felt like you're expending this discipline and the energy that you're putting into whatever that endeavor for a purpose that really served you and your family and your community, and it was for good.
You all were actually a part of it. Last year, I was part of a team that put together Dream Week at Fresno State. So this idea came about by talking to students, talking to other folks who are impacted by the immigration policies in this country. And the idea came about years prior, but it was something that just kind of like kept ringing in my head. Like, I have an idea of how this could be done, but I don't want it just to be my own idea materialized.
Yeah.
I want to present my idea to others who are more immediately impacted, contribute to it, and we build something really big from it. And we did exactly that. So we had workshops, we had guest speakers, we had a resource fair, we had documentaries, all featured that center the experience of undocumented students and mixed status families. And that was an example of how, in my mind, I had an idea that I presented to a brain trust, right? I presented to a group, and everybody brought their own skills. I presented my skills. And the discipline behind, okay, this is what we committed to. We have to hit these markers by these days in order for this to happen. That was the right use of my discipline. Like, I can't just say, oh, it's a good idea, and not follow up and not work on it and just hope that somebody picks up the slack for me. While I was working diligently at it, I had a group of people alongside me that worked even harder to make it happen. And I think that when you are alongside somebody that is disciplined, you rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
You like want to meet their energy. And that's why I enjoy being with you all every single Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. because we hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
We make sure that, hey, Diego, I know you can hit this. Come on, let's get a few sets in there. Or like when we're on our run, I was like, oh, let's see if we can break 8 minutes today.
Yeah,
So then we're like picking it up. And those things I carry over, personal and professional, because that's for the greater good. And that makes me feel better. It's not just to stroke my ego.
Awesome, man. I love what you just said. So what I'm getting from you is, what makes you tick is first validating that whatever you're working towards is a worthwhile goal, and then putting your energy and that discipline, bringing that discipline into it to make sure that you hit it, you hit the target, and then, from what you're saying is, it's better if it's in a group setting, because then you've validated that goal to make sure that it is for good, as well as that you feed off of each other's energy. Whereas if and I completely agree, I have a similar experience. If you go off on your own, you could do things that are kind of just for selfish, egotistical kind of reasons, and then you can give it all. I did that for so I started a company, in 2009, and I worked at it for like 4 or 5 years. I quit my job. I just worked at it. Initially, it was for the right reasons. But then it didn't work, and I persisted. I'm like, I can't fail, and that's just your ego. If something doesn't work, you need to admit it doesn't work and move on. And then I think I could have stopped a lot earlier, but my ego wouldn't let me. And so I spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money on something that, was not entirely based on the right motivations. And so I make workshops. I've told you guys a little bit about those workshops. The way I talk about what you're talking about is effort versus wrong effort. And this is wrong effort. And usually you expend wrong effort when it doesn't align, what you're working towards don't align with your values. So you have to be really clear about, like, what do you value? Like, what do you, and it's usually the closest thing to you. It's like, oh, it's like so obvious, but you in my case, at least, I was trying to do something that was not something I had done before, what I realized is I love to talk. and therefore this podcast. Yeah. I also, I have a lot of ideas, so I write a lot. So that's what I like, talking and writing. And that's me. Okay. So I think we've talked a little bit about this, but let's talk about, like, what does growth mean to you at this point, right? We kind of have a sense of what makes you all tick, but let's talk about, where do you want to go in 6 months, in a year? What does growth mean at this point, in whatever sense? It could be professional, it could be health, fitness, whatever, or a combination of those, whatever what that feels right for you.
Yeah, I'll start off. For me, growth, I'll say a couple things. Yeah, health, I'm definitely still growing on. I do want to cut down some more weight. I know for
how much?
I want to get down to around 170 or a good 175, so I could. Coach Ruben does say a good 155 would be a fighting weight. So
you want to fight?
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
Yeah, I want to fight.
And when do you want to be in the ring?
When I want to say within like amateurs or like professionally.
Well, I guess amateur first, right? Like you got to go through that, right? Yeah.
Probably within 3 years.
Okay.
Because he says he can probably get me ready within like 2 years, like ready for like MMA. Since like I haven't really done like any like ground ground game too much. Some more like stand up striking. We're pretty good at. So
Okay.
I might try to get a or exhibition pretty soon on the like the what was it Fight for the Fallen. I
Mm-hmm.
remember the last one that we went to was pretty fun. Me and Juan went, and it was the fighters Terry, Alex, and uh, was it Thomas. Those are the fighters that are going on, and they put on a show for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. So that really got me hooked, and I was like, I want to be on the next one.
Mhm.
It's like, get me on that next one, coach. So that's I'm basically wanting to get prepared for that, since that's gonna be in this hopefully this next year.
Okay.
And I think they said they wanted to start it off in like February, probably,
Yeah.
possibly, like kick it off for the new year.
Yeah.
But other,
Yeah.
other than just growing from there, just spiritually as well. Like I haven't really been like close to God, and then that's really been helping me in that journey as well. From like cutting weight
Mhm.
as well. I haven't really like been in touch with Christ too much in my life. So when I started growing older, and then like talking more with my family, like they did want me to go to church, and I wasn't really going as much when I was younger. And of course, we all have like rebellious phases. So that was my kind of rebellious phase. I wouldn't go. I'd be like, oh, I don't feel too good today. Like, oh, I'm not dressed well today. Like, I don't want to go dressed like this. Like, oh, I just got back from practice. I don't want to stink up the place. But that's like I learned. But the for church, like true intentions are, you can go dirty, you can go clean. Like you go in there to be with the Lord, and just you go in with your sins basically, and you're supposed to have them cleaned away when you're in there. He cleans them for you. You don't go in there cleaned up all yourself, like, oh, I'm clean, and
Mm-hmm.
then go in there just feeling good for yourself. You can go in feeling bad. I've seen there's like clips or like I see where they said going to church drunk, going to church high. Like, you're supposed to be there for that reason. Like, he wants to improve your life. He wants you there because he loves you, and like he will take your bad parts because he knows like those are your bad parts. He wants them. He wants to take them from you. He wants to rid you from your sin, and you just come in there. Doesn't matter if you're dirty or clean. He wants you to be a part of it, and that's what like learning that is like really like helped me through that. Like,
So how do you feel like when you have that connection or that, um, spirituality, right,
mm,
in your life versus when you don't? How does it, what's the difference?
oh, it feels like sometimes like when I don't have that like spirituality or like that feeling,
Yeah.
I do like it does feel like sometimes like in a dark place. Like how they say like I have like my back turned away from God. Like if you don't have like how Louise said, like you're not pushing your true intentions like for the right reasons.
Mhm.
Like that's how it feels. Like you're going towards something that you're not supposed to, but you're still going towards it because that's how you feel. Like you feel good, but it's not the real good you should be feeling.
So it's like a compass. It makes you go the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Do the right things
Yeah,
to
exactly.
not mess up your life or other people's lives or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
I put all my trust in the Lord, and when I look for answers, I always find them. Whether if it's like online, looking through at videos, or if I look through my scripture, which I do growth. I do need to read more of the Bible, but I'm slowly growing on that. And like the fighters over there at the gym, like for example Terry, one of the fighters, Alex, all of us are like really like very very spiritual. So anytime I'm in there, so I see them, I'm all like, oh, how's it going, guys? It's like, oh, God bless, like, man, like I love you guys. Like it's like I love you guys too. Like every chance I get, I enjoy the moment with everyone.
Yeah. So I wasn't very spiritual until maybe um I don't know, I want to say like my late 30s, right? I'm going to be 45 in December. And one thing that I mean, and this is just a thought I'm just sharing,
Mm.
is I feel like asking God for something, you know, in my in my opinion at least, isn't the best thing to do,
Mhm.
because it's not like God doesn't know what's good for you.
Yeah.
It's like, God, give me this. Well, what if it's not the right thing for you?
Mhm.
Right? So um, I feel like sometimes I see fighters go into the ring and they're praying to God, like, God,
Mhm.
make me win, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, maybe the best thing for you is not to win,
Mhm.
right? So praying for, so the prayer that I do is I'm like, uh, I ask God to put me on the right path,
Mhm.
Yeah.
whatever that means.
Mhm.
I don't know what that means. So that's, and then accepting whatever that path
Mm.
becomes for you, and
Mhm.
and let it lead you. So it's kind of like taking a step back and not be not trying to control God or your life, or
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah.
thing. But all right, man, that's that. I love what you shared about your connection with God and how it aligns you with who you are and where you want to go.
Yeah.
And yeah. So what about you, Louise? What does growth mean at this point?
I think for me, growth is, as a father of two kids, it's growing to be the person that they will tell stories about. I want to grow personally, professionally, of course, but I also want to grow in a way that leaves behind a legacy. And for me, the legacy is having somebody that will have wonderful memories of me after I leave this planet. Most immediately, of course, one thinks of their children, but that also means those that interacted with you while you were on Earth, while you were still here. So growth for me means doing all the things that I need to do so that I have the best impression, so I have the most positive impact around those to those around me. So if I'm eating well, if I'm exercising, that's taking care of the things that I need to do just to maintain this earthly shell, you know? And that gives me the foundation to then build off of the other things. Because prior to joining RDC, I think we were coming out of the pandemic, and that was terribly difficult. That was very terribly difficult for, a multitude of reasons. But I was sedentary. I was eating terribly. I was like just closing in, rather than, because all of us were in situations where we couldn't have our normal freedoms and,
Yeah.
for the greater good. But that created somebody that I just wasn't comfortable. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I wasn't comfortable in the way that I looked, felt, projected myself. So growth has been for me breaking through that and maintaining, like, I know what that feels like, and I don't ever want to go there again, but I want to go on to the next step in projecting my best self in all the facets of my life. And yeah, most immediately to provide somebody that my kids will be proud of, my wife will be proud of, and my friends will be like, yeah, he was a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a great guy.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Okay. So I guess that the impact, or the impact you're looking to have is obviously on your family and with your children. Are there certain values or principles that come to mind when you think about, oh, I want to have this type of an impact on my kids or on my community, or like, what are those values, or however you want to describe them for you?
I want to say pride, and thinking specifically of our shared communities oftentimes have to hide. People that look like us, that grew up, and we share a lot about our lives in the mornings. And I think one of the common threads amongst all of us is that we know what it's like to be the other. We know what it's like to be othered in one way, shape, or form. And when that's part of your reality, I think folks tend to diminish the pride in who they are, where they come from, how it is that their family looks, sounds, acts, and those like diminish your light. So for me, both personally and professionally, if the one thing that I can focus my energies on is telling those around me, telling the folks that I care about and love, like, be proud. And that's what I do for a living. As a professor of Chicano studies. Like I hope to be telling my students, look, I can show you all of these different academic articles, documentaries, book chapters that tell you about the rich history that you come from, that tell you about the wonderful things that people that look like you have done. And you can score 100% on these exams and you can have as great of a GPA as possible. But if you yourself aren't proud of who you are and you carry that pride, then I have failed you as a professor. It's not whether or not you could take my test. It's do you get a sense of pride in who you are and where you come from? And with my family, the same thing. Like, are you proud to be part of this family? Are you proud to be a friend? And I think that's where my energies can best be focused and where I can continue to grow, because it's not the ultimate destination where I am now, right?
Yeah.
I can always, and I want to always continue with that sense to have others feel the pride in who they are and where they come from. Because that hasn't always been the case for me. You know, there was often times when, you know, I was growing up where you kind of like diminish your light. You kind of downplay some things because you think I have to go along to get along. I'm like, at 43 years old, I can tell you, don't go along to get along. Like, be your authentic self and be proud in it.
Yeah, I love that, and I really respect that. And part of what I was saying earlier about my experience in school is I moved to Canada when I was 10 from Iran, and I didn't speak any English. I didn't speak any French. You know, I think first week in school, I had hot dogs for lunch. And I told you guys that story? No? So I had hot dogs for lunch. And then, like I said, I didn't speak any English. So I go to school, and this kid is trying to be friendly. He's like, oh, you're having a hot dog, right? I'm like, I knew dog was a dog, right? So I'm like, this is not dog meat, no. And he's like, no, this is a hot dog. I'm like, no, it's not. He kept insisting. And I thought he's like trying to insult me by telling me that I'm eating dog meat. So we kind of, got into a little conflict there. Yeah. So, that's me showing up, you get on a plane and you land in a different universe. Yeah. And immediately you feel like the other. Yeah. Because you're not accustomed. It's like, I don't know, nobody has gone to a different planet, but it's the closest thing. So, and some of my experience a lot of my experience in high school was around like standing up for myself, not letting others bully me because I was the immigrant kid. So there was a bunch of us, I had those types of experiences, and I guess that's what it was, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like there are schools and there are educational institutions that aren't like that, or at least recognize that kind of thing can happen and try to prevent it. And so I was surprised. You're sharing that you really enjoyed your I definitely had great teachers. I had some good teachers, but a lot of not a lot, but at least maybe half, if I was to quantify it. Like a lot of my experience in high school was, around basically saying, "Oh, I'm just like any other kid. I deserve to be here." Anyways, Juan, what about you? What does growth look like at this point?
The growth means like I think like every day. Is, for example, like our body, ¿cómo se dice? Células?
Cells?
Yeah, I feeling like, our body, they have cells. And I thinking about the universe. And, the universe, and we part of the cells. Mm-hmm. So when we work out or when we vibrate like high frequency, I think we helping the universe. Like we are like good cells. And the bad people, probably they are the bad cells. So we're fighting so that way the universe feels good, everything going good. I think that's why we come on groups and we're together. So we're the good cells.
Yeah.
So I think that's the growth means like every day.
We should get T-shirts that say we're good cells.
Yeah, and I think the growing meaning to me is like every day, like learning how to like control ourselves, or like yeah, like controlling, like anything is coming, like just be happy. Like obviously, sometimes you're feeling like bad and everything, but you are conscious that it's something like it's just past.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be together. Or for example, when I on the like on the lights, on the green lights, on the and I see like the four lights on the cars, I saw the people like I looking around and I see them like they sleeping, like they thinking, like they not happy. I think I just the only one just
Just smile.
smiling like I'm little bit higher frequency right now because I want to help the universe. Yeah, so that's my goal, and my goal for long term is I think I just want to go back to my country because I like the style over there that you just work your land, just grow your food and eating healthy, and that's my goal. My goal is to take care of my mom too because she's old, and
Yeah.
my kids they gonna get married and everything is gonna be for my mother.
Okay. 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 I love that. I love the good sell. Hey, good positive energy, positive vibes.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. You know.
Take care of the energy.
Yeah.
Or
Give out good vibes to the world, to other people. You know. I always get that from you.
Yeah.
You're all. I've never seen Juan not smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
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 Always in
Okay.
good spirits.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So one last round of questions, and then we could just do whatever essentially. What challenges are you currently facing when it comes to the growth you want to have? Like, is there a challenge, and if there is, what is it? Like, being positive, being healthy, being that positivity, and taking care of the universe and being in tune with it. For you, Luis, like being proud, having that impact on your kids, on your community, everyone you touch throughout the day. And I guess for you, like growing as an athlete, right? Growing as a spiritual person, are you guys feeling a certain, friction or a challenge that you're like, okay, I need to get through this? Can you describe it if there is a challenge? That's what I'm looking for, and how are you dealing with it? And maybe we can help each other figure out solutions to that challenge.
Yeah. I feel like every day is like we're facing different types of challenges, but like some of like the main challenges I'm facing is like my eating. Sometimes like I get like that sweet tooth, and I have like something healthy, like I have sweet potatoes. I have a sweet potato. I'm like, okay, that's it right with me. And then I start looking around. I look at my pantry. I'm like, oh, I do have bread. I do have peanut butter.
Yeah.
I do have a little bit of chocolate over here. And I just start making like a peanut butter, honey, like add some like chocolate on top of that. I was like, yeah,
You got a cake right there.
yeah. I'm making cakes right there. It gets bad sometimes. So sometimes like just keeping control of myself with my urges and like temptations as like.
So you know what my solution is to that, and I think I've told you what my solution is. I'm like you. If I'm very binary. I either do or don't. So I'm like, I will not eat between. So today, I didn't eat. I think the last time I ate was yesterday at 6 p.m. And then I didn't eat until 2:30 p.m. today. And then I'm like, okay, my window for eating is 2:30 to 6 p.m. And then I try to follow the whole diet that Louise recommended to me. So I try not to eat sugar, bread. Basically, I eat fruits, vegetables, and meat. That's my solution to that problem, because I'm like you. If I'm like I'm eating, I'll eat whatever, because like whatever is on the table, it's going right here.
I'm getting everything.
Yeah, and when we're warming up in the mornings, I know that one of our favorite topics of conversation is like the foods we love, but that we will not eat. I love this food, but I'm not going to eat it regularly. Like I'll save it up for a special occasion, or if somebody's birthday, okay, I'm going to eat it then, but not, I'm going to go out of my way to get that food and just have it at the house, because
Yeah.
then it's just knee jerk reaction
Yeah.
Yeah.
to. And I don't want to, like stigmatize food, but as you were saying that, my answer is like giving in to our worst impulses. That I think is the biggest challenge in growth. Be it your worst impulse is if you're feeling bored, hungry, nervous, to grab a bite.
Mm.
Equally as bad an impulse is seeing everything that's happening right now when you turn on the news. And the worst impulse is like, what is it even worth fighting? It's just going to happen. Just let it happen. So in those two things, it's just giving up. It's just that knee-jerk reaction of what's the use? I'm not going to get to that goal of this weight to then do these things. The food's there. Let me just give up. I'm not going to actually go towards these goals of providing this quality education or this equality that I want to fight for. What for? If like the Supreme Court is stacked, Congress is stacked, Senate stacked, local representatives are stacked, there's nothing that can be done. I'm just going to give up. So not giving into that worst impulse, it's really hard sometimes though, when it's just all coming at you at once. So that's the biggest challenge I would have.
Okay, so it's like basically, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but like despair, possibly being like, oh, it's not, it's monumental, right? Like what's going on compared to what your vision of the future is, and you're like, what can I do? I'm just one person,
And the meme that you shared with us a few days ago, the cartoon of the guy saying like, never mind, I'm gonna give up, or this is too hard. And then fast forward to him doing the thing that he set himself out to do. My favorite example of that is our coach Ruben with the pull-ups. When Juan and I started with him, we started with Coach Chris, his brother, who's excellent. Coach Chris is great. They both do a wonderful job of weeding out that bad energy, of those bad cells, because those folks, like, they could read you really, really well and really quick.
Yeah.
So I remember that when we were working with Coach Chris, Coach Ruben was taking Tuesday and Thursdays. Coach Chris was Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
And then Coach Ruben's like, oh yeah, we're going to incorporate some weights and we're going to do like a little bit of a regimen. And let's start off with some pull-ups. And we were just talking and he said, okay, yeah, we'll get you to 100 pull-ups. I was like, 100 pull-ups? Get out of here. Like in my mind, I was like, yeah, whatever. No way. Like, and I use that example as that'd be the knee-jerk reaction to despair. Like 100, I've never heard of it. I don't think I could do it. I'm not even going to try. But we worked at it. And now what? 3 times a week, we do 100 pull-ups just to warm up. Like that's just the base. That's not like, okay, close shop. That was the workout. No, that's just the base. And I really love that about the environment that Coach has created for us at the gym, where anything really is possible.
Yeah.
So if us doing 100 pull-ups 3 times a week is possible, why can't we create a better world? Why isn't that possible? Like, it's just working at it, right? Gentle persistence.
Yeah. And I think one thing, especially with, athletics and fitness and that kind of thing, that kind of, I guess, is that you can see the progress. Right? You can see that, oh, today I'm doing 1 more pull-up. I have more, stamina. I can, hold the plank longer, whereas I feel like measuring that success when it comes to things that are a little bit more fuzzy, right? Like how much impact am I having? How much change is happening, and I feel like through my interactions with you, I always feel like you project that, change.
Oh, thank you.
So through all the things that you've told me about, all the events, all of that, through what you're promoting, and I feel like the best. This is my solution to that kind of scenario is be the change you want to see in the world. And as long as you are that, and I think you are, this is my impression of knowing you, it's I feel like that's the best we can do. So I kind of feel like what Juan was saying is like, oh, as long as you show up, you don't hide yourself, you say, hey, I am this person, I'm here, and I will speak my truth. That, I guess what I'm saying is showing up every day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
as
That's the
yourself
word.
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
is awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you do that. That's my point.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. What about you, Juan?
To me, the challenge is here on the mind. Like sometimes, like I training, like I go in the mountains, running like 80 miles on the mountains, and wake up early, 4:30 in the morning, for to go to the gym on Monday.
Yeah.
My mind already say, "Hey, you already went to run 80 miles on the mountain. Why you have need to go to the gym?"
Mm-hmm.
But I know same thing. My mind, will, if I don't go to the gym, my mind will say, "Hey, why you didn't go to the gym?" And it make me feel bad. Yeah,
It can't make up its
right.
mind.
Oh.
The mind.
or Tuesday we're running on the track on Roosevelt High School, and also on Wednesday morning say, hey, don't go to the gym. You already went to the track and running, wasting a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell myself, you need to go to the gym. You know what? Because you don't want to go. That's why you need to go.
Yeah.
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 So
Exactly.
that's my challenge is here.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to deal with him, but not fight. Just like make a deal. Like, oh, I have to go because when you come back and feels good, and you will see your coach, you will see Isan, will see
Mhm.
Luis, you will see.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Right.
so the challenge for you is to, because I feel like you're the most active, I think, from between all of us.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but you said that that's a challenge.
It's a challenge,
Okay.
right? Even when I need to go to run too, my mind say, "Don't go, don't go," but
Mhm.
I have to go because that's the reason, because I don't want to go. That's why I have to go.
Yeah.
So your challenge is to overcome the things that like make you feel positive or make you feel good.
Yes, after doing all that, it makes me feels good.
Yeah.
For example, when I running, and like when I go probably like 70, 80 miles, almost go to the miles that we want to go,
Yeah.
you have the feeling like you don't want to go anymore.
Yeah.
But that's the feeling when you finish it, and you have like really good feelings, like you did it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
it's for example, like you need to see the dark, so that way you can see the light.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good
I
example.
love that.
Same thing to the
Those are
gym.
wise words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing on the gym. When you think that you don't can do anymore, you see like you cannot do it. But when you finish it, you feeling like you're relaxing. You feeling like what's relaxed for. Because a lot of people, they say they're taking a break or they're relaxed, but I don't think they're doing right. Relax
Mm.
is like completely. I did it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I love that
Okay.
feeling.
I
yeah,
love that.
yeah, that's awesome.
When you're like running long distances, like 17, 18 miles, what's going through your head like near the end, like at mile 15? What are you thinking?
You know what? It's like
Because you want to stop, right?
yeah, yes. You want to stop, but sometimes you don't feel your body anymore. You just go to the momentum, and you just feeling like you're flying.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're on a different
Right.
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. It's like you left everything behind. Your feelings, like sometimes like people, they feel like they really tough, and everything's gonna be behind. You left them behind, and you just got your spirit.
Mhm.
Yes,
So it's like a spiritual experience a little bit.
of course it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. Running is like a spiritual too.
Wow.
That's why
That's
I love
amazing.
it.
Wow, man. That's awesome. Okay. I'll tell you guys about my challenge. My challenge is about like doing something close to what you were sharing, Louise, like having an impact and doing something where I feel like I'm being authentic, right? And um and you know providing some good, adding some value, doing something useful. And I feel like for me, that's I've been trying to figure that out what that is, right? And I feel like this is it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like talking and letting everyone, because I feel like there's a truth to every human being.
Mhm.
And I think like the society will be more whole if we all get a chance to speak and to share our truth. And so I guess my challenge has been creating myself by doing that for myself and to help others do that. So I think everyone should be having a podcast and talking and
Right.
speaking about what is important to them and being true to themselves. So I guess my it's funny that I'm asking the question and I'm having a hard time articulating what my challenge
That's
is.
a good question. Then.
Yeah. Yeah, but my challenge is really to do more of what makes me feel alive, and I think it just maybe starts with small steps.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'd say doing what makes you feel alive. It should involve taking those small steps, because I always say like the best things in life always take the longest amount of time.
Mm.
So anything like you're really gonna truly enjoy, there's gonna be some time before you really enjoy the full effects of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know like whatever it is that you're
Yeah.
like looking for, but whatever like the like that true like enjoyment that you're gonna be like getting at is
Yeah.
not gonna really come quick, but doesn't know like what time span. But it can be a month, it could be possibly like 6 months to a year. But that enjoyment, that fulfillment it'll come, and then maybe tenfold in the next couple months or even
Yeah.
more. It'll just keep adding up.
Yeah. That's one thing that Coach Ruben keeps kind of pointing out is like that I've seen from him is like, there's no rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your time,
That's
Mhm.
right.
and I'm not. I don't think like that. I haven't thought like that, but I'm starting to think like that more. It's like, let's go. Let's get there. We should have gotten there yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
like it.
I see that with some of the new guys that are coming in the morning, that coach is great about telling them, hey, you're not going to start off doing 10 sets of 10 pull-ups. Like these guys work their way up there.
Mhm.
Start off with 3 of 3. And he says it genuinely. It's like, just start off with 3 of 3. And then you're going to build up. And I noticed that some of the new guys are like, wait, are you for real? Like, yes, we all started off
yeah.
and then we built up. And that same type of format is something that I think, exactly to your point, is not about like just smaller steps lead to the longest journey. I'm very fortunate that I have students who trust me to help guide them to their job application or their graduate school application. And inevitably, they're going to ask you to write about yourself. And let's say it's like they want you to write 750 words about why you want to join the program and what you're going to bring to the program. 750 words for some students is insurmountable. That is like 3 double space pages about me. What do I even write about? I don't even know. But that approach of like 3 sets of 3 pull-ups, translating it to mentoring students, it's okay, let me just ask you to write 50 words about these questions. Just 50 words. Just answer those questions. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to give you 2 for now. Next week, I'm going to give you the other 2. And then slowly starts compiling that statement, that 750 words. Like, oh, I could write 750 words about myself. Yeah, but you started off with 50 words here, 100 words here, and then you put it together. So when you look back on your journey, it's like, oh, I traveled all that way. Yeah, because you took those smaller steps. So I think that's the key to success, really.
Right.
Whatever success looks like, it's that incremental and persistent.
Yeah. Gentle persistence.
Gentle persistence. Yeah.
I have no other questions, guys. This has been awesome. Anything that you want to say as we come to an end here?
Oh, I really enjoyed this time. It's really been fun. It feels like that I'm in the Joe Rogan podcast. That's like the first thing I felt like. I was like, oh, shoot.
Well, he has joints and whiskey and all that stuff.
We have water.
We have water.
Healthier.
Yeah.
Healthier.
Yeah.
No, but thank you for the invitation and for the opportunity for us to hang out.
Yeah, man, this was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Um, it's fun to hang out with you guys outside of the gym, in the
Yeah.
gym and outside the
Yeah,
gym.
yeah.
Of course.
When we're not dying in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
That was
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.